Okay, so in this video, I'm going to show you how you can change the camera angle of a photo using Gemini Nano Banana Pro. Now, technically, doing something like this is quite simple. You could just open Gemini on your computer or perhaps on your phone, and after that, just upload a photo to Gemini, and here you can tell Gemini that you want to edit the photo, you want to have this photo again, but perhaps from a different camera angle or maybe a different perspective. So it's again very simple. In fact, this is the prompt that I used to change the camera angle of this original photo into something that looked like this. But I would say the most challenging part is not using this prompt. The most difficult part is to actually choose what is the best camera angle for that photo. And for that, usually you need to know exactly what is the name of that camera angle. You can just open Google and search for maybe camera angle examples. So that's one keyword to try. Navigate to images, and you can see some camera angles or examples that were created by some great people on the internet. So that's one workflow, one way to use a Google image alongside with Gemini just to get you understand on different camera angles. But actually, you can create these illustrations using Gemini. So this is one example that I created. As you can see, I got these nice illustrations, and they're kind of giving me idea or vision about how a picture would look based on a different camera angle. So there is a setting for, let's say, bird's eye view. There is also high angle, eye level, hip level, ground level. There is also low angle. So these are some really cool and pretty neat illustrations that kind of guides you on how to use different camera angles. And I also have another example that look like this. So again, these were created by the Gemini model, particularly the Gemini 3.1 Pro model. So recently, Google just launched this model on Gemini, and one thing that is great about Gemini 3.1 Pro is it is very good at creating a visual illustration, particularly in the SVG format. So these are some examples that Google just showcased on its blog post. I think it looks really cool. And this one capability that we are going to utilize to create different camera angle illustrations on Gemini. So you can learn from this, and then you can apply the best camera angle setting for your photo. So in this video, I'm going to show you how you can create these illustrations using Gemini, which later you can reuse. And then after that, you can learn from these illustrations, and you can envision, you can imagine the picture. And only after that, you can use this prompt on Gemini to modify the angle of the photo. So let me show you the step-by-step process. Here, I'm going to open Gemini on a new tab. And this is the prompt that I'm going to use. This is a bit longer. Well, actually, the prompt is very short. This is the actual thing that is doing something. But here is just a list of camera angles or camera perspectives that I want Gemini to turn into illustrations. So there are many of them, and honestly, I'm not a photographer, so I can't really explain every single one of them, but fortunately, AI can do it for me. So I'm going to copy this prompt, and by the way, you can get this prompt in the description down below. You can paste that on Gemini and click Tools, enable the canvas mode. That's very important. And make sure to use the variant that is very good at coding. So right now, the Gemini 3.1 Pro is available under the Pro section on Gemini. Maybe if you're watching this video in the future, that could be a different model or better model for coding. Just, select the setting accordingly. After that, click Submit, and just wait for Gemini to create a sort of cheat sheet web page that look like this, that will give you visualizations of different camera perspectives, zoom levels, or angles. This will take quite a while, because first Gemini must create the web page, and after that it needs to create a bunch of code for these different camera angles or illustrations. So this will take maybe 6, 7, 8 minutes. So yeah, I guess I'll just skip a lot, and I'll show you the next steps that you can do. Okay, so I got this result, and I think it looks quite solid. Now, if you use the exact same prompt, there is no guarantee that you'll see the same result. Usually Gemini will give you a slightly different style or a different structure, but more or less it should be giving you this nice list of visualizations or illustrations that describe different camera angles. I think it looks quite decent. It is not perfect, but I would say this is still quite useful. Now, if you want to see this page with a bigger area or bigger screen, you can click share and then click share again. And here you can just copy the link that was provided by Gemini. Just click copy and you can open that link on a new tab or on a new page on your browser. So this link is public, meaning that you can share the page with your friends, with your colleague, and you can even just keep it to yourself. You can just bookmark this link to a browser and you can revisit this page again in case you want to know some illustrations or references about how a picture would look based on a different camera angle. Okay, so this is the result. This is the full web page. Now, I guess I'm going to use one of them to apply a new camera angle for a photo. So let's say, okay, I'll use maybe, okay, let me see. Okay, I guess I'm going to use profile or side angle. I'm going to open Gemini and I'll just upload that car picture again. So this is a picture. Okay, this is the one. And now I'll just copy this prompt. The full prompt should be available in the description down below. I'm going to copy it. And let me just paste that on Gemini. So right here in camera angle within the square bracket, you can replace it with a particular setting that is available on this page. So I'll just copy profile or side angle. And by the way, there's also a description on how this camera angle could emphasize certain mood or emotion in the photo. I think that's quite useful to know. Okay, I'll just replace camera angle with side profile. There you go. And here at the bottom, you have the option to choose or change the aspect ratio of the picture. That is optional, but here I'll just use 16:9 aspect ratio. I think it's going to look pretty cool. Now click Tools, click Create Image, and you can choose either Thinking or Pro for the variant, because any of these two variants will ensure that you're using the best image model on Gemini, which is right now the Nano Banana Pro model. There could be Gemini Nano Banana Pro 2, 3, 4. I don't know, there could be some new model in the future, but basically that's the best model. Now I'm hoping that this picture won't be rejected by Gemini, because recently I've been noticing some changes in the policy or the behavior of Gemini. So sometimes, even though you are planning to edit a normal looking photo, there is nothing explicit about it, sometimes that photo might be rejected by Gemini. So that's one change that I noticed on Gemini, but hopefully that won't be the case when I'm editing this photo. Okay, so it is still thinking, it is still trying to apply some visual or new setting to this photo. And there it goes. So I got this picture. Is it the same position? Okay, I think it changed the, yeah, it changed the car position a bit. Not significant, but I can see that it is actually kind of changing the car position just a little bit. Now, if you don't like it, fortunately, there is this redo button that lets you create another variation in case that picture just doesn't look good. But other than that, that's basically how you can change the camera angle of a photo, and also how you can create some nice illustrations that will guide you on how to choose the best camera angle for your photo. So that's basically it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on my next video. I wish you a great day ahead.